Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vlookup-excel.com training, and today in this Vlookup we're going to train you how you can use more data to analyze quickly and get the right answers. Well, using the Vlookup might be hard, but it's not always that hard as you think. And perhaps you wonder, why should I use the Vlookup? Well, look at this. Here you see an example of all the information that I took from the Google Keyword Planner. And look, there's a lot of information and there's a lot of stuff here. And my question is now, I want to focus on specific keywords. However, I want to make sure which keyword has much potential. So what do? Well, we can search for the right keyword with the most average searches, as you can see here, and probably you would say, well, we can just do this. Go back, we can just filter it out from, if we will filter this, oh, there's something going on. Probably the reason is because there's too much information here. So, but we have an issue. We want to filter this, and we have a lot of stuff here, and you can see that I'm using 3 different group keywords, and so everything is not in order. So how do we do this? We can use, of course, our favorite tool, the Vlookup. So how does this work? Well, first of all, we need to clean up our data because it is a mess. You can see here, this is all not necessary. Let's delete all of this information. Right click, delete. There you are. We can delete this as well. This is not necessary. Do you want to know the competitor and suggested bid? Probably this stuff is all not necessary. We're not planning to do any AdWords, but we only want to have an estimate of maybe competition and our searches. Well, so what do we want to know? We want to know what is our top, well, let's say our top 3, and which keyword is ranging with that. Before we start, I'm going to show you something important, because this is very important. The keyword, oh wait, we can remove this. Delete this all, because I don't care about the group. I want only the keyword and not the group keyword. So before we can find this stuff, I want to have this also to the other side, because the Vlookup will be needing this. I'll show you. We just copy this information, and then we go all back here, and with here right click and paste values. Alright, let's make this a bit smaller and beautiful. So what is our first question? Let's make this a nice table. Oh, let me check the table. Beautiful. So now we're done. Alright, so why is the Vlookup so useful? Well, I'll show you. That's this. First of all, we want to know our top selling keyword. Top keyword. Yes, but we want number 1, 2, 3. And after that, what do we want? We want to have visitors, and keyword. So what are you going to learn now? You're going to learn a very useful trick that I'm using quite often to find the right keyword that has a lot of searches. So what we do here, if you have a lot of data, it's probably the best to do like this. As you can see, this is still quite less, but I know some of the internet marketeers, they use 100 different keywords to over thousands. So what do you do if you have thousands of keywords? So you need to have a few top. You need to automatically analyze. So this is it. So first of all, we do this. Visitors, we want to find the largest keyword, and for that we have a nice function. It's called large. So you click on equal large, open parentheses, you select array. So what is the array? The array in this case is this value here. This is your most important value. That is this, the average monthly search. Select it all. Once you did that, I'm going to select this, you see here, and press F4. And next is the K. The K is the value. What is it? You want the first, second, or whatever. You click on 1 here, because we want the number 1, and enter. Once you did that, you see here the formula. It's beautiful, and we already freeze them by pressing F4, so we can do that. So you can see this is our largest. Now we want the second largest, and after that we want the third largest. Now we get some shocking information. We get values that is completely different. Alright. And now I want to know, okay, what information is connected there? Okay, what is the keyword here? Well, we can see here immediately the Apple Watch price. This is the keyword. All these keywords here are talking about Apple Watch. So let's look at this then. Vlookup. So we type in Vlookup, open parentheses, and now we want to look. Our first thing, well, let's click here. Our first value will be the lookup value. What is our lookup value? That is the visitors, because you want to find the key for the keyword that has this amount of visitors. In this case, Apple Watch price. So we select this. We select this 74,000 table array. The table array, because of the values, this is what's our lookup value, so it should start at this part, and then we select this. Once you did that, we're going to select this and press F4. And maybe you'll say, wait a minute, why are we using this side and not the other side? Because the value needs to be first. So this is the reason why we move the keyword from the left side to the right side, because that will be our next part. Column number index. What are we looking for? We are looking for column number 3. How do I say so? It starts with B. This is column 1, 2, 3, because we start here to there. So our column number will be number 3. And next, what we're looking for is the range lookup. You have two options. You have the range lookup, that is, if it's true, it's like a range, or you want exact match, then it's false. And personally, I always use false, and for the most of the time you probably will use false as well. So we'll select here false, enter. Once you did that, you're done, and you see here the Apple Watch price. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. You can see here instantly this is the value. Next, we can drag this, and we can see here smartwatch Apple. So what is this value? Probably more down. Yes, smartwatch Apple. Here you are. And finally, Apple Watch prices 4,400. And that is this one. So as you can see, you learned here now how to use the VLOOKUP in a combination with the large formula. A very useful skill, especially when you're looking for a huge data and to search everything to get answers. If you like this lecture, you can always check out my website at www.vlookup-excel.com and discover more different applications of using the VLOOKUP. Because trust me, the VLOOKUP is so wonderful, you can do a million things with it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and check out my website.